Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today it's another one of those never buy these again. You never have to buy these again. Trust me when I tell you, my kids are all grown, my grandkids, it's all good. But my husband loves these. He loves to put one of these in his lunch, and as a sweet treat in the afternoon, it's a small little uncrustable sandwich. They're individually wrapped and they're frozen, and we've all seen them. They started out with grape or strawberry, and he only likes raspberry preserves or raspberry spread on his peanut butter and jelly, and I buy the organic raspberry spread at Costco. These for 10 sandwiches, 10 little soft sandwiches, it is almost $12. It's $11.89 or something. Once in a while, you'll get them on sale for $10.99. But you're still paying over $1 a sandwich. What? And so I said, I have got to find the perfect uncrustable maker, and I found it on Amazon. I will leave you a link. This thing is fantastic. I'm going to show you how slick it works. I have square snack bags that I store them in. And I can make a whole week's worth of sandwiches. Well, this loaf of bread, not counting the heels, and I don't waste any of this bread either. So this loaf of bread it's a 1 pound loaf, $1.19. So for $1.19, I think Winco's bread you can get for I want to say it's $1.20, and you get a couple more sandwiches out of their loaf. But I usually try to make up 10 at a time, so that's what I'll be doing today. I'll be doing 7 off of this loaf and 2 or 3 off of that loaf, and I'm not going to waste what comes with that. So it's another never buy again product coming out of this video, and I'll show you as we go along. So come on in and let's make some raspberry uncrustables. And I'm going to make it just like I make his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, the way we like them, and that is with butter on both pieces of bread. Jif, because choosy mothers choose Jif. And the raspberry preserves, raspberry spread. They call it a fruit spread. And you could use any kind of jelly or jam that you have, but I'm not joking. These are delicious, and they freeze really well. They thaw out within an hour, or usually within half hour, 45 minutes. Your sandwich is ready to eat. It's wonderful. So let's go make some Uncrustables. Okay, so we're not gonna use the heels. I don't mind the heels, but we'll get a couple of sandwiches out here ready to go. Let's just get them all out. We'll get them all ready to go here. So, and you want inexpensive white bread. I am going to do a video for you and do it with my homemade French bread, and just make it into a loaf, and we'll make Uncrustables with that. If you'd like to see that video, let me know, and I'll talk to you about it, doing that. I would love to do that, because that would save you even more money, because I can make 2 big loaves of French bread for about 50 cents a loaf. Or no, I guess it worked out to about 38 cents a loaf. That's what it was. So for that kind of money, this is a no-brainer, right? Okay, so first, you want to put this down and kind of eyeball. This is where you want your stuff. So you can actually just put a little indentation right there. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to go through the bread or anything. I just want to show myself where to put the butter, and so I've got room temperature butter, and I do a thin layer of that, and you can go a little bit outside the line there, but that gives you a good guideline. And another smear of butter, and really thin like lip gloss thin like. And I really do want to use a couple other knives. I don't want to have my my peanut butter and my jam. Oh gosh, I get to rinse off a knife or two. Here, hold please. Yeah, I wasn't prepared. Okay. Well, I wasn't prepared to use 3 knives, but I'm going to, just to make it easy cleanup. And then I don't mucky up my peanut butter or my jam or my spread. Does that make sense? Okay, then you're gonna get a good teaspoon, or sometimes you don't want it too thick, and we'll get that. And then same with the peanut butter. Get yourself, everybody likes different amounts of peanut butter. Okay, now that we've got that, we're gonna put our sandwich together again. And then and only then, this has a metal ring here, right there. So that is what actually cuts the bread. So you wanna place it on there a little bit, right at the edge on this side, because it's gonna push forward. And I kind of just go ahead and give it a little smudge right there. And then down you go. Push this together, right? And then all you do is take all your crust right off of it. And the little kid in you will thank you for this. Look at this beautiful uncrustable right out of there. Get your ring back on. And it's a perfect sandwich. And then I just take those and put them right in my little resealable Ziploc snack bags. And they don't have time to get freezer burnt because they're gone by the end of the week. And sometimes before the end of the week. Now, if you overfill them, you're gonna get something oozing out. So you just do wanna be careful. And sometimes, I usually get a piece of crust somewhere on it, but nobody here cares. So again, let's do one more. You're just gonna give yourself a marker, and then another marker, right? And then after I get these all done, I'm gonna show you what I do with the scraps. I'm not wasting a thing. So this is really more economical than you think, because you're getting 2 products out of it, no matter if you're using homemade bread or store-bought. So today we're using store-bought, but if you want to see the homemade version, we'll talk in the description, and let me know. And let me know what your favorite Uncrustable is, because I don't know anybody that doesn't like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And this one is divine. Can you get too much of your jam on there? Yes. You gotta be careful. Okay, get that in there, toot toot. And give it get it forward a little bit. Seems like, oh, that's why. And I did test out different breads too, till I found just the cheapest one is the one that works. I mean, if you bought Wonder Bread right now, it's like over $3 a loaf. That's why I want to do it with my homemade French bread, because that bread is so good. And there we go. Take your ring out, pop it out, and you have another Uncrustable. So there's that part of the video. Obviously, there's going to be a bowl full of scraps. So excited. Okay, let me bring you back after I've done all 7 of these, and we'll get to the second half of the never buy it again portion of the video. Okay, now that we have all of our sandwiches made, we've got this pile, and you think, oh, that's such a waste. Nope, doesn't have to be. And all I'm gonna do a couple of things. You can make this into toasted croutons for your Thanksgiving stuffing. You can turn this into breadcrumbs for breading things. And really and truly, that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm just helping it along by breaking it up. Like the heels need to be broke up a little bit. And I'm gonna toast these in a 325-degree oven. These are gonna be plain breadcrumbs. I'm not seasoning them. I'll season them when I want to bread something, but how convenient is that? And you don't have to buy breadcrumbs ever again if you're making these sandwiches for your family. So easy peasy. So this is going in a 325-degree oven for a few minutes, and when it's all toasted and ready to come out of there, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what comes next. You're just gonna actually let them get really dry. You want them dried out. Now, you could actually dry them in the dehydrator, but they won't be toasted. And I like that toasted flavor, especially on homemade bread. I kind of feel bad doing breadcrumbs with store-bought bread, but it's just giving you a visual, because not everybody makes their own bread. And I haven't had a chance to make homemade bread in a hot minute, only because we've been so busy with the remodel. So again, you guys have been asking for visuals on the remodel or progress, and I'm just about ready where I can do that for you. But right now it's still, I don't know. I got other content I need to get out to you too. So this is how easy it is. Just spread them out on a baking sheet, toast them off. If you wanted to do flavored, you could spray them with a little bit of like cooking spray, olive oil spray, and sprinkle some Italian seasoning. You know, I just don't want to be pigeonholed into that. What if I wanted to do, you know, breading for an Asian dish or a Mexican dish or whatever the case might be. So spread them out so there's a nice thin layer, and you'll be good to go. I'll bring you back and we'll get these all turned into breadcrumbs for the pantry. I don't know. So I've got breadcrumbs here. I don't even know what it costs to buy breadcrumbs because I never buy them. But I can't imagine they're less than $1 for a canister, you know, those canisters of breadcrumbs. I know panko breadcrumbs, if I buy them, that's the only breadcrumbs I buy are panko, and they're not cheap, but I don't know how to make panko breadcrumbs, so I guess I could ask Mr. Google and find out what he thinks I should do. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna quit playing with the bread and get this done. So these are gonna be plain white breadcrumbs. And yes, you could, like I said, toast them as croutons and put them in your stuffing. Nobody cares if it's shaped different than a cube. It doesn't have to be in cubes. You can make Thanksgiving stuffing out of this too. So in the oven goes. Okay guys, change of plans, slightly a change of plans. I am done with the bread. It got a little bit toastier than I like it to get, and that would be just fine for breadcrumbs. I've changed my mind. I'm gonna do this I'm just gonna put this in with my stuffing mix, because I usually cube up bread and do a stuffing, and I season it. Usually I'll spray it with a little bit of olive oil spray, and then season it with some Italian seasoning, or not Italian seasoning, I'm sorry, with some sage and some, and the seasoning doesn't stay on the breading very well, but it's there. So this bread that has had a chance to cool all the way down, this bread can go in there, and when I go to make stuffing with it, it doesn't matter what shape this is in. It's going to turn into a beautiful stovetop stuffing, because I'll add sage and what I usually do, and if you want to see a video on how I take these plain breadcrumbs and turn it into a wonderful stovetop type stuffing, or a stuffing mix, let me know in the description box, because You know, the holidays are coming. We're going to be eating some stuffing around the turkey day and that kind of thing. So I just packaged this up in my, I was hoping I would have enough room. I did bring another modular mate, but look at me. I got it. I don't want all the powdery crumbs in here because they kind of accumulate at the bottom anyway. So I've already got plenty down there. I'm going to leave that out of the mix and just do these breadcrumb or croutons kind of thing. And like I said, if you want to see me make stovetop with these breadcrumbs that are plain, leave me a comment and I'll come back and do that for you. Super easy, so delicious. Stovetop stuffing has got expensive. Don't buy that. Please don't buy that. Make your own Uncrustables and do it with the waste bread, and you're going to be better off. You're going to have a more economical school year for your kids, if that's who's eating the Uncrustables, or, you know, your lunches, whatever. And then come the holidays, you're going to have a stuffing mix that's so easy to put together, and it costs you pennies instead of $2.50. I've seen it up to $3 a box for you know, just a fraction of these breadcrumbs and a couple of seasonings, and that's it. So let me know and I will make it for you because it is so easy. And being thrifty these days with the price of everything, you have to do everything you can. And now I feel like I shouldn't throw that away either because it'll actually work right into the stuffing. So anyway, guys, I hope this inspires you to make your own Uncrustables. Never buy them again. And this box is empty. I saved it from the last time I bought it, and it was almost $12 for 10 sandwiches. No. And these are going in the freezer, and I've got 7 sandwiches for this week. And yeah, and now I've got some stuffing, bread stuffing, that I can make my own stovetop. All right. I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe. And hopefully I get to bring you along if you guys want to see it. I'm not going to do it if I don't get requests for it. But if you request that I make stovetop with that, or my version of a stovetop copycat, never buy it again, I'll do it for you. All right, guys. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this video on how you can save a ton of money at the grocery store and keep yourself on budget.